All right, guys. Post-meet reflection time.
Reflection time.
I think it's post-meet.
Yeah. Our first reflection time, we were a little tired. We were a little sleepy. So.
It's a little hard to think.
Yeah.
All right, you've had some time to decompress and think about things.
Yeah.
What did you guys want to talk about?
So, one of the reasons why I wanted to do this was because I think, coming back, it was just sort of like, oh, we got these PRs.
Get it!
We were able to place, and it's all like smiles and giggles, which it was, and it was so much fun. That was such commitment. But we worked on this for a really long time, and I think I just wanted to go into a little bit more detail of what that all took. So I kind of want to just give you a little bit of a timeline here. So I started back in the beginning of December, and I even knew that I was going to do this back in September. My friend came to me and was like, I want to do this powerlifting meet. Do you want to do it? I'll program for you. I was like, yes, absolutely. Let's do it. So I started in December, and even at the beginning of December, when getting back into these lifts, I didn't quite feel comfortable with it. It took me like 4 weeks to even just find a groove, right? So then once I found a groove, I actually wound up injuring my back. And so I have a history with back problems, and it just was one of those things where I did something the wrong way, and it didn't feel so hot.
How many weeks in did that happen in your training?
That was probably like 6 weeks into training, so that was, I kind of go weeks away from the meet, so I think that was probably like 10 weeks away, 11 weeks away, something like that,
gotcha.
where I think it first happened.
Yeah.
So I went to go see Mike Reinhold over at Champion PTA Performance, and he helped me out, made me feel so much better. It gave me a lot of advice to move forward. And then I felt really, really good. Training felt, actually no, I'm sorry. I felt better, but then I was still continuing to have little bits of problems here and there. And my program was feeling really difficult, it was feeling really challenging. My friends were giving me lots of feedback, which was great, but I also felt like I was just not good at anything. It was like my bench was off, my squat was off, my deadlift was off, and I really actually thought about quitting and was wondering if this was gonna be the right thing to do, and would I do well at it, and was this just gonna be more stress than anything. And after talking with Ted a little bit, he was like, you can absolutely still do this. There's no reason for you not to. And I thought about it more and was like, I want to do this for the experience. I want to know what it's going to be like, and I have to do this for my other achievers too. So I stuck with it. And then from there, training was really great for a while. And again, really enjoyed it. It was really fun. Working on technique was awesome, and I was beginning to see a lot more improvements. Had two other back flare-ups happen in there. The last one was 4 weeks out. 4 weeks out of the competition, I tweaked it. It was just a little one that I didn't think was going to be a problem, and then it wound up being a little bit more of an issue. And then 3 weeks out, my mom had a pretty major surgery, and I had to go home and help her out. And so there was a lot of family stress going on, and I actually didn't even work out at all that week between my back and all that stress. Didn't work out. It was a shift in priorities for that week, and I knew that 1 week wouldn't kill me, and that I had trained a lot up until that point, and I hung on that and knew that all this training would get me to where I need to be. And so then, 2 weeks beforehand, just continued to go on with it. So it wound up being this awesome experience, but it was definitely a lot of self-talk, a lot of reflection, a lot of pushing forward, a lot of questioning, why am I doing this? And learned a lot from it.
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, I think it's important, and you make a great point, just to share that it wasn't just this snap your fingers and we go win the meet and have this great experience. And I definitely had some stuff go on as well. I kind of came at it at more of felt like a little bit of a grumpy old strength coach. I was like, I'm past powerlifting. I don't do that anymore. And so I wasn't even going to do it. And I was kind of like, no, I feel good with where I'm at. And I actually realized that I was getting the reason I ended up signing up, and I signed up a few, maybe a month after Sarah, was because I realized that I was limiting myself in getting outside my comfort zone. And I was I was saying that it was because I didn't want to powerlift anymore, but I think it was that I was feeling comfortable and I was okay with feeling comfortable, and I wanted to actually go ahead and push myself outside my comfort zone. And Sarah really helped me to do that, and by throwing in the little you could still do the meet, so I ended up signing up. I signed up and then only trained for about I think I had about a 10-week program, so I cut my training a little bit short, which I was in hindsight, I wish I had started training a little bit earlier for it. But luckily I do have a lot of powerlifting experience from the past, so I was able to kind of pick up, I have my groove a little bit more ingrained. Just kind of able to pick up a little bit later on in the game. And then I definitely had some moments where I wanted to quit as well, and I wrote a blog post actually about it, but basically my feeling was I shouldn't be doing this because I'm not as strong as I've been in the past. And that was a really hard thing for me to get past, was that I wasn't going to PR in this meet. I probably wasn't going to even come close to some of the weights that I've lifted in the past, and there's various reasons for that. I was younger, I weighed more. There were all these different factors going into the reason that I could lift more weight in the past, and I was scared of that, and I was afraid of letting myself down. I felt like I would let other people down, and that was really holding me back. So my defense mechanism for that was to say that I didn't care at all. And so I went into the whole meet saying, I don't care about numbers, I don't care about PRing, I don't care. And if you know me, you know that I'm super competitive, and that just didn't serve me well when we got to the meet. And Sarah really helped me out with the conversation afterwards, and she said, did you ever consider just letting yourself be competitive? And I started crying immediately when she texted me that. Because all my life I've been told to stop being so competitive. Yeah. Oh shoot. But it helped me a lot, and it was really powerful, and I'm gonna take that advice and run with it. And after the meet I said nope, I don't want to do another one, because I was disappointed. And after that conversation I was like, I want to do another one. So and I want to be competitive, and I want to allow myself to do that, and allow myself to want more for myself.
Yeah.
So thanks.
You're welcome. Yeah, I'm so glad that helped, because I think we talk about the process so much, which is great, and we want to focus on the process, but I think having that competitive edge of I want to do better helps you along the way with that process. That's at least how I kind of always think about it, is if I don't have that end goal of wanting to reach for something, then the process actually kind of suffers.
Push through the process, exactly. Yeah. So
yeah.
That was super powerful for me, and definitely made me reflect on my journey here this way and how I can improve it for next time.
Also, I want to shout out to Kiefer Lammy for programming for me, and for also giving me lots of feedback, and for dealing with any of my freakouts. So thank you, I appreciate it.
And Jason programmed for me, and definitely dealt with my freakouts.